Hello, and welcome back to Week of Movie Bros, where we're here to talk about interesting things, I guess. Zachary.
Hi, I'm Ray. Welcome to the social distancing episode of Weekend Movie Bros.
Now, it might look like we're in the same house, the same bedroom, but in reality, we're actually in two different states, and we're 6 feet apart. Are you?
We meet every credential.
Yeah,
Um,
not every podcast, but most of them.
so yeah, some stuff's happened involving our favorite industry, the world of film. And every day it feels like there's another nook just being slowly taken out of it. It's like a game of Jenga. And every time a movie gets moved from the theater up to streaming, our little theater Jenga just keeps slowly and slowly and
Yeah,
slowly gonna
but I
fall.
do want to mention, I guess we could probably start there. Is movies because that is the title of the stream is movies coming home. We could tell you what's coming home to you or what's already you can already rent, and I'll go in more specific details of like what you can rent and what you can buy, which ones are on video on demand and which ones are directly just you're gonna pay $20 and watch it for 48 hours and hopefully enjoy yourself. And for anybody that's complaining about the price, you have to remember that one, I know theaters actually charge $20 per ticket. It's insane in my personal humble opinion, but I have been to theaters where it's like
Hmm.
$24 a ticket to go see a movie for matinee, not like an evening showing for like matinee. And so honestly, it's cheaper than what you would normally get paying. But you also have to understand there's like Onward, which we're about to talk about. That right now you can rent for 19.99. That's a family movie. That's a movie you're going to bring your kids down to watch. That's 4 or 5 tickets that they didn't get towards the movie. So honestly, you're getting it at like a
So,
discounted price.
in other words, what he's saying, he's trying to be nice about it. I'm not going to shut up. They're doing what they can right now. Leave them alone.
So
What
I
are you doing?
All right. So I do have a list pulled up on my phone, but it is a
It's
crazier
sad
time,
that
huh?
it's sad that you said list.
I do. There's almost every single movie that you could see in theaters will now be at your house by the end of March. Um, at least by the end of March. I took several screenshots because there was new ones coming out daily. Ones I
So,
actually had to go searching for because I was like, is this actually going to happen? And so, yeah. So, if there's any movies that are not out on video on demand as it is, for instance, like I didn't look up Fantasy Island, I'm assuming it's going to be coming out relatively soon. Things like that you could probably end up buying. Anything that's currently like in the theaters, such as Sonic the Hedgehog. It's in theaters, but you can watch it in your home on March 31st. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog, ironically though, is not getting like its release plan, such as you get to rent it for 48 hours for the next 46 days, which was the rest of its theatrical time. No, Sonic the Hedgehog you can buy on March 31st and you can own for the rest of your life, which is 1999. I personally feel like if they're putting out movies early, such as Birds of Prey, as much as I don't want to pay higher than 1999 for like Birds of Prey, I think because they are coming out a month or two even early, I feel like they should hijack the price even higher for that,
I completely and utterly agree.
like $30 or something. It seems ridiculous, but if you really want that movie, you're going to pay for that movie.
Yeah. If
Other
if if
ones,
you're,
sorry, what?
if you're that one person that wants to watch Onward that desperately before, hey, by the way, on Onward, you can wait till Disney Plus on April 3rd. But if you really want to watch Onward that bad, you should have
April
to
6th.
pay 30, huh?
April 6th.
Sorry. You should have
Oh,
to
you're right, April 3rd.
It's April 3rd.
Yeah.
You should be able, you should have to buy it for $30. It shouldn't be a 20. It's not a rental or a buying it because it's out of theaters. It's in theaters still. It should be a $30 purchase, not a $20 purchase.
Yeah, because you're taking away from pricing that it could possibly get. Other ones, I would say, I have a whole list here. I'm gonna just kind of shout them out to you. You know, so we have I Still Believe, The Way Back, Bloodshot, Birds of Prey, The Hunt, and The Invisible Man. Now, The Hunt, The Invisible Man, and The Way Back are already out. You can The Way Back you can own, like you can purchase that completely. The Hunt, The Invisible Man, and then Emma, and now Onward, you can rent for 19.99 for 48 hours. I don't know why you would rent Onward. I don't know why they didn't just release it when it was supposed to be released digitally, like on April 3rd. because I wouldn't pay $20 for something that's going to be on Disney Plus. But I'm sure there's somebody out there who doesn't know it's coming to Disney Plus, and onwards the fence. For things like I Still Believe, Bloodshot, not Bloodshot. Well, Bloodshot and Birds of Prey all come out the same day. There's quite a few movies that come out on that Tuesday, this Tuesday coming up. It's a huge movie release day. Keep your eyes out for any movies that you think you might want to own that were in theaters. But there's some movies like I Still Believe, and there's another one that's not coming out until March 31st, which is a Friday, which I find odd. Other ones that also are interesting. So a while ago, Paramount pulled The Lovebirds, which looks like a very, very funny comedy. I
Mm-hmm.
assumed that they were going to do the on cinema approach. Maybe they don't think it's going to do well. Maybe it wasn't projected to do well. Well, they sold it to Netflix, so they're doing a deal with Netflix that on April 3rd is when it's going directly to Netflix. You can stream it for free if you have Netflix, if you have a Netflix subscription. Personally, the only problem with this is I don't think there's going to be new Netflix subscriptions for the Lovebirds. I'm going to
No,
watch it because I have a Netflix subscription, but like, you know what I mean? Like I think this is a bad idea. I think this is
I
probably the
completely.
stupidest one.
Of all of them, they should still put it out digitally, VOD, buying it, because at least they could have made some money off of it. It feels like they said, you know what, we're just going to give up and put it on Netflix.
Well, I mean, it's also probably going to be released like normally. Let's see here. I was wondering if
Well, honestly, I feel the same way about Onward. I'm like, if you guys are going to put it out April 3rd, why waste putting it on digital on demand or on video on demand? Everybody who's going to buy Onward is going to watch it over and over again on Disney Plus if they like it. So you're basically giving them a teaser film for renting it, and then giving it to them for free when they could have easily waited.
all right, so we have things which are really weird. We did mention this last time, however. Trolls World Tour will be the first experimental in theater home release combined. It
Well,
comes
not
out.
anymore.
Well, no, because I mean, there's no theaters open, but I mean, they're not taking it out of theaters. It's going to be under the in cinemas type of thing. It was supposed to be like oh, you could watch it at home or you could watch it in theaters, which there's already movies that do that, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think people are complaining because those movies, which are indie films, so don't even fucking complain, are like $7 to rent, whereas this is going to be like $20. But Trolls World Tour, it would be a huge film for family marketplace. So
And to be completely honest, like we were just talking about, Trolls World Tour is releasing on digital the same day it should have released in theaters. This is
yes,
one where I think they should have done it for 30. It shouldn't have been 20, because they're going to lose so much money on this movie by making it a $20 rental. It should have been either a $30 to $35 rental.
all right. So for anybody who is curious to figure out what they can own and what they can't own, Vanity Fair has a list for us, and so I'm going to very quickly read those off. It's basically the same list I just told you, but now I have dates and I can tell you if you can rent it or you can own it. I do want to mention that, for instance, movies that are coming out this Tuesday that you can own, that I'm going to say you have to pay $19.99 for. That does not mean you get to rent them that day. Their rental dates are 2 weeks from now, in case anybody is curious. It's automatically 2 weeks, and then you can rent them, which is I still think it should be hold. I think you should only be able to buy it for the next
Yep.
month. But I'm not. I don't know. Like I just think business wise, I think this makes the most sense. But it's fine. So we have the Gentleman that also you can buy this. Birds of Prey, which we've all talked about, you can buy this on the 24th. Also, Zachary, if there's any movies in here that you feel like you want to do a live commentary watch along, let me know. Because we can always set that up.
Um, you
Hold
already
on.
said it.
What?
That was the second one you said.
Birds of Prey?
Yeah, I want to watch it again and see if anything's changed for you and me both about it.
Well, we will be able to. So we also have Sonic the Hedgehog, which is going to be released on March 20th.
I'm excited and happy.
Or
I'm excited and sad at the
no,
same time. I finally get to see Sonic.
March 31st, I am not owning this. If you want to own it, you can buy it yourself. I am not paying any money towards this film.
I'm
As
getting it.
the as it progresses in things, I hate it more and more the further I get away. So, which is weird. It's going to be like my worst film of the year, which sucks because it had so much potential. Did it? I don't really know. And then we have the movies that are getting released by Universal, which Universal most people already do know about. But those movies you can only rent, and that includes Emma, The Invisible Man, and The Hunt. All those you can rent. There is a whole list. If you look up Universal's like lists going forward, any of those movies on Universal that is GSP postponed and or pulled will do the same exact thing as we've been talking about. They'll go directly to home on
Which
release.
means that Minions 2 will be a straight to digital film,
Now,
which is
Minions
one
2,
game.
I think Minions 2 has a possibility of moving. We're so far enough out. I think it has a
I
possibility of moving.
I think Universal would be absolutely stupid not to move it to next year. I really think they'd be dumb because they are going to be wasting $1 billion if they do that.
Yeah, because
That is,
like
that is a money maker.
Trolls World Tour, you're not wasting $1 billion. Any of the
No,
movies that are currently out that you can watch at home, Emma not making $1 billion, The Hunt not making $1 billion, The Invisible Man not making $1 billion. These are not movies that would make $1 billion. These are not movies that need to make $1 billion. If you have noticed, all these budgets are less than $10 million. They're not wasting money by putting this
no,
out. And so for like, I mean, Trolls World Tour is like the first experimental one because it does have a higher budget and it could make upwards of $500 million. But I still think that's a smarter choice. Either way. Then we have The Way Back, which comes out on Tuesday, March 24th for purchase. Um,
that's so bad. Affleck cannot catch a break.
Not his fault though. Heard the movie's good. Well, I heard he was good. I heard the movie
I heard,
around
I
him
heard he's
was
fantastic in the movie.
yeah. I heard the movie around him, is what it is. Then we also have Bloodshot, which came out, which no, okay, The Way Back, yes, it came out on in March. Any movie that comes out in March, I feel bad for it because it did not deserve this because it didn't have any. But the movies that came out on March 13th, to be exact, The Hunt, Bloodshot, and things. For instance, Bloodshot, unlike The Hunt, which came out on March 13th, is getting a direct-to-video release where you don't get to rent it. You only have to buy it on March 24th. And then the KJ Alpha, I still believe, will be able to download on March 27th. I do find it really interesting that some movies are projecting, making it seem like it's like you have to see the movie on Friday because it's like, like a movie theater experience, where other ones are like, no, you can buy it on its normal date, which is Tuesday. That's when new movies come out for anybody who's curious. It's Tuesday. So that's the list so far. We'll continue to update you as we go forward. I don't see a lot more movies moving over into this list. Like I said, they're going through all the movies that are currently in cinemas.
Mhm. I think
And
that's where it's going to stop. Unless
yeah,
the film is under, I think studios should also look at budgets on these movies because if it's under a certain cap, then they should consider it. Like this whole beleaguering nonsense over the past couple of days about Wonder Woman
oh yeah,
going to
we can talk
streaming.
about it
I
here.
think if you guys honestly believe that Wonder Woman, Black Widow, Minions, any of these tentpole films for these companies would go straight to streaming, you're crazy. I watch a guy on John Campia. I watch a guy on John Campia. I watch a guy named John Campia, and he read up the article from the Wrap reporting on the whole Wonder Woman situation. And when you look at the numbers financially, the most rented thing ever for VOD was the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight at $90 a rental, a purchase, and it made $400 million. You want to know why? Because each purchase was $90. These studios are not going to make their movies $100 to buy. It's just not happening. These movies would be in financial suicide if any three of those films specifically did that. That is $3 billion that the industry would have lost if they do that. And besides, who wants to watch Wonder Woman for the first time at home? Black Widow for the
I
first time
don't.
at home.
I
It's
don't.
not. It's going to ruin the entire experience. And everybody's main complaint with Black Widow is, well, what if there's something in Black Widow we need to know for yada yada yada? Marvel will figure it out. They always have, and they always will. I have faith in them.
Yeah, because like it's really interesting. I mean, everything we talked about this last time for postpone, which is the next thing we're gonna be talking about, our movie postpones and things like that. Um, it's really, really interesting over the fact of all the TV shows and stuff were postponed, like Falcon, Winter Soldier, and things. I do agree that I think they should just move everything back a date.
I do. I
Um,
agree.
for the next like year or so, like 2 years. For those next 2 years, I think they should move everything back a date. Marvel is what I'm talking about. And so, like, instead of Black Widow coming out in May, which was a great date for now coming out in November, and then so forth, just transferring it because it's not going to make a difference to us. And
No.
November, I feel like is a far enough time away that it should be fine. And who knows? Maybe we'll get Black Widow against Wonder Woman. That'd be a great weekend. I would love that weekend.
Which, if that's the case, if Black Widow comes out in November, that would mean that Thor: Love and Thunder, the last film of this phase, would take its spot in May of 2022. If they did that,
Yeah, depending on what they're willing to move, depending
right?
on what will change. You know, um,
The
yeah.
one thing right now that I can see being concrete for the MCU and not moving is WandaVision.
No, WandaVision has a very strong chance of moving. Every Disney Plus TV show has a and I'm only saying that because of the fact that they're not done filming.
Well, Disney Plus now only has one show again for the end of the year, and that's Mandalorian season 2 because it's done. All I have to do is do post on it, and it's good to go.
I,
Which
I
again,
I'll have to Google. I'm not entirely sure.
does that make you upset though that Disney Plus is going another full year with only one standout tentpole show again?
In their defense, they did not know that this was
Right? No,
going.
no, no. In circumstances, I understand. I completely get it. But is it enough for people to come back and subscribe again till then?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. So
Do you
that's
think
what
all of
my
them?
so that's what my online. It's empty. I went to my Cinemark app, which is my theater near me. For anybody who's curious, it's empty. It's completely empty.
I'm scared. I have the hang on. You know what? Let's just do this right now. I have my Atom ticket app on my
There's
phone.
no show. Like I can't click a movie. And the Lion season 2.
Wow, this is what it looks like on my phone.
So yours probably has the Fathom events.
Um, yeah, it's showing everything for Thursday, for May, September, but nothing about. There's no new releases on this thing. That's only all the Fathom events.
And also, just for anybody who is curious and things like that, The Mandalorian season 2 might be done filming. It just got done filming at the beginning of March, but they still have to do a lot of the work for Mandalorian is done behind the scenes. It's not done on camera. It's done like in post. And people are now allowed to go to work on those things, and so it could get postponed as well, depending on how long this lasts. It might not. They might not have a TV show coming out, like a big TV show, like a tentpole
Which would
TV show.
mean that the clone, which people can get over this or not, Clone Wars right now is a 10-point show on Disney Plus. It brings in viewers every Friday. Once Clone Wars is done, Disney Plus has nothing else coming out. That's the case,
Yeah.
and that's really sad.
But with that being said, a lot of things actually don't have a lot of stuff coming out either.
No,
You have things like Netflix that films a whole entire series without you knowing, and so I'm sure they're fine because Netflix is a content creator. They probably worked ahead of this, but they have movies such as Red Notice, which was supposed to be coming out later on this year, being postponed. Um, you know,
do you think Stranger Things will hit next year? Do you think it'll be 2022 now for Stranger Things?
it has a chance of hitting next year. I'd say that.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no. I'd say yeah, because they
The,
were early in the filming and things like
the
that. So.
boys, the boys won't hit this year probably.
That's something I can actually Google since it was supposed to be getting a May release date. The Boys
I
season
hope so, man.
2. Mid 2020 for The Boys season 2.
Anything about
Uh, I know it's done filming. Ready to go.
what's even crazier is that I've seen people posting online about the 2019-2020 TV season being over. They're not wrong. Half the shows that are currently on are now shut down. The one I feel the most bad for in this situation is Supernatural and CW because it was finally just going to be fluently done, and now for some fans, what they got to see this past week is what they got.
Have they reached their episode mark?
Yeah.
I know a
So
lot of them are coming.
CW, everything on CW reached its episode mark. They're done for the season.
All right, so I'm going to assume right now
That's
for
good.
The Boys that because it did get done filming in like the later end of last year, that most post things is probably all ready to go, is my assumption. They are probably finishing up some final touches on some of the episodes. It's supposed to come out in July at some point, and so they do have some time. And that's something that somebody could probably take home and work on at home and
Yeah.
things like that. They don't have to be inside an office area
Well, I
to
can
be able.
see. Well, I can see Favreau and company working on Mandalorian from home. I
Yeah,
really could.
it's a
Skywalker Ranch.
possibility.
If you go there,
Huh?
if you go to Skywalker Ranch and work on it, I know Lucas has got a bunch of visual stuff there that they can use with it.
Maybe. Who knows? Speaking of Star Wars, though, staying on topic and things, um, we have a cast. Do you want to do the? Do you want to leave the casting announcement for the end?
No, we can go ahead and do it now because I'm happy and kind of upset about this all at the same time.
I love
Not
this.
because no, not because of who it is, of the fact that we know.
Oh no, no, I think it's a smart idea for sure.
Is it though?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a smart idea. Also, for anybody who's curious, who is Dawson? Rosario Dawson is
It's
Ahsoka.
it's 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 absolutely for her being an older Ahsoka Tano is perfect. It's
Perfect cast.
absolutely perfect. My problem is that now there's no secret to her reveal in the show.
Oh, I didn't. She would have been okay.
It's
I'm
it's
sure they.
different for me because
I,
I'm a Clone Wars guy.
I'm a Clone Wars guy too. Just because I haven't watched the new season does not mean I'm
No, no,
not.
no. Well, I'm also on Rebels too. Like
Speaking of Rebels, have you heard the rumor?
I have, and I hope it's true.
I'm sure that won't be announced. For Ahsoka, for instance, I'm assuming she probably has a big role in things. I'm surprised she didn't leak yet
Well,
because, like, they're done filming.
yeah. So, I mean, like we don't know when she's coming, but the reason I'm kind of upset about this is because this takes place after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
The last time we saw, by the way, spoilers for Rebels if you haven't seen Rebels before. Crap, never mind. I'm talking to somebody who hasn't seen Rebels before. Never mind. I won't say anything.
it's
Wait,
fine.
are you okay? At the end of Rebels, we find out that Ahsoka Tano, shocker to this thing now, survived Order 66 and is one of the remaining surviving Jedi out in the world. And we see her go away with somebody at the end of the show. So does this mean we're going to see a certain character from Rebels also in the show? Explain, like, are they still looking for a certain somebody? Is he still out in the outer
I have
distances?
no idea what you're talking about, so no, sure.
It's
Okay,
got very good. It's got very big implications for a live action show with Ahsoka Tano and another character going down the road if this works.
I would say the coolest thing to come out of this announcement, other than the fact that we actually have a name, we have a face to the character that has been
Yes.
beloved for so long, is that she can show up anywhere. It's not like she's a Mandalorian character. She's a
No.
Star Wars. No, the press release said that she can show up in movies. She can show up
Mm-hmm.
in video games, and Rosario Dawson will voice her if she does like show up in video games and stuff. There was controversy about having the actress who does voice Ahsoka come and play Ahsoka in live action. She's not a live action
Which,
player very
yeah,
much.
which I'm fine with. I'm completely fine with. Here's my thing. You just brought up with the video game thing. I feel like Eckstein and Dawson can share this character together. If there's any voiceover things at all for Ahsoka, let Eckstein do it, and let Dawson be her voice for live action stuff.
I
Because
don't know.
no offense to Dawson at all, that'd be a real punch to the gut if they didn't bring Eckstein in for a voiceover.
I personally
You get what I
don't.
mean, though, right?
I completely understand, but I also could see Disney saying that because they want to keep it very, very straight to what people are seeing and things like that, that they might want
We're seeing Eckstein right now in Clone Wars. What's the difference?
because she hasn't premiered yet.
Yes, she has.
No, no, I mean Rosario Dawson has not premiered as the character Ahsoka. She just was
Oh,
announced, type of thing. We'll have to wait and see. But the really cool thing is that a lot more Ahsoka is here to go.
yeah.
Here to come,
Which,
which
by
is
the
just
way, it aggravates me because it's something Star Wars related, so something had to come out of it, and everybody had to be dicks about it.
mhm.
Leave Rosario alone. Everybody's being real mean to her from what I've seen on Reddits and stuff for her being cast. Leave her alone. She's been begging Lucasfilm to put her in this role. Let her be happy about it.
She was fan cast. She was the number one fan cast when
What?
people were talking about bringing Ahsoka to the big screen. Everybody's like, "Oh, who should she be?" Because we knew she had to be aged up. It could not be the same character that we have
No,
known and grown and loved because she showed up in the prequels. I mean, that was her role, and we're way past that now. So like, and everybody's like Rosario Dawson. And I was like, yes, you're right. That's totally who this should be.
that's what I'm most excited about to see with this character now is that this is after the Rebels era. This is after the Empire has been done. What's Ahsoka been doing? Has she just been sitting around waiting for the next kind of
So you had asked me why they released this? Why did they announce this casting? Why wasn't she a baby Yoda? You know,
yeah?
and that's the reason. That's the exact. You want to know why? Because Mandalorian season one, sure, it trended a lot, but you know who trended more? The little creature called Baby Yoda, because there really wasn't a lot of lore to Mandalorian. There wasn't a lot of things to get people talking about the Mandalorian. We had the Black Saber, which did amazing for it, but overall, the TV show only trended because of Baby Yoda. He was a meme. I mean, honestly, he still is a meme.
He is no Jacob. He wasn't a meme. He is the meme. They're using him for coronavirus for crying out loud. I need my chicky nuggies. Oh, they're closed.
And that's what I'm talking about. And so they want to steer the conversation. This will bring a lot of traction and things like that. And it'll get people pumped up and excited because they're like, oh, when's she gonna show up? Is it gonna be the next episode? And then, type of thing. I personally
Yeah,
think
it's
something they
great.
should. I have a feeling she probably has a bigger role than that, but
I'm not holding against Lucasfilm to
it's
do it.
like
I really am
it
not.
ends with
Oh,
just her face.
oh my god.
That's how season two ends. Her face. That's it.
Oh. Now see, that's when I would go. Fans be mad.
But also they can promote her in trailers and things like that. I personally believe they should bring back Next On so people can get excited for the next week's episode coming on. I think that's something that they should do. Other Disney Plus TV shows do it. It's not like it's a taboo thing on Disney Plus. I think it's something.
I
If you're
feel
doing
bad
a weekly
for her.
scheduling, then yeah. What?
I feel bad for her because if this is still going on, Celebration's going to get canceled, and Celebration would have been her first time coming out as the character, and she could have been around the people who wanted her to have it, and now she doesn't get that, and that sucks for her because she's been really excited about doing this, and now she has to be all excited and giddy about it at home. So I feel bad for her about that. But Rosario Dawson is just I can always see the headdress on her head with her white lightsabers in her hands, just getting ready to mow down people. Her getting to fight the guy with the dark saber because now there's a history with that because she knows about the dark saber because of Darth Maul. It's just everything. It's so freaking cool. Oh,
And it makes a lot of sense because they're going to be hunting for like now that Mando does
that makes
know
sense.
now that Mando does know that Baby Yoda is a Jedi or could yeah, he knows he's a Jedi, that he's going to be searching for other Jedi to help train Baby Yoda. And
Man, could you imagine the entire first season? Mandalorian was like, so this little guy can wield a lightsaber, and he's like, I'm just hiding it in my robe. It's just there.
I can see that being a meme.
Oh, yeah, him holding a lightsaber for the first time, looking and going, oh.
type of thing. So yeah, I honestly it makes the Mandalorian season 2 that much more exciting. And I was already real pumped for the Mandalorian season 2. Now I'm like, what is the man? Come on, give me, especially because nothing's
You're
coming
kind of
out.
lukewarm on season one. I didn't know you like it that much.
No, season 1 ended with so many promises, and I really want to see them deliver.
Mm-hmm.
The finale was probably the best episode. I know we did a ranking at one point, but
Jacob, can I tell you something? Who does really good with promises and then does not end up doing those promises well?
American Horror Story.
Lucasfilm.
Oh yeah, I guess them too.
What have they set up so greatly in the sequel trilogy, and how they end that certain thing in the sequel trilogy? Kylo Ren and Rey, ring a bell? How'd that go,
Hey,
Jake?
I was still very satisfied. The bitch died, but like, it's sad, but like, still
Which
satisfied.
one have you watched it since we've had it?
Nope, I have not.
I got about halfway through it and turned it off. I
I'm
watched
pretty
all
sure
of
I'll
Jumanji
probably
though.
enjoy it. I've no. I see. I'm not planning on watching that.
She's so good.
That's okay.
Are we in Florida? But no, I'm happy for her. This is the kind of fan casting that I like, so I'm happy for her.
Yeah, it's also really cool that we got to kind of pick her too, and that
Mm-hmm.
the studio is like, oh, they really like her. We really like her. This is a slam dunk kind of thing.
So let me throw a what if at you.
Yeah.
If the fans weren't going crazy about Dawson being Ahsoka, who do you think they would have picked?
I don't really know because like I can't visualize now that she's Ahsoka. I could never not see her being Ahsoka.
You know
Probably
who
someone white.
you know who I could have seen them doing it.
Who?
It would have been really really bad too. Kaylee Kuko.
No,
I could have seen it
no. She has her schedule is very full.
because of Miss Harleen Quinn.
No, she has like 7 TV shows coming up.
Well, she did have 17 shows
I
coming
mean,
out.
they're still on slated, but like, I mean, they're not filming anymore. This is true.
That's also a really sad part about this whole situation when it comes to the TV stuff. Any pilots that are being filmed are now canned. They're not going to
I
come out.
Yeah, like I mean, when people start thinking about it that way, it's like look at it from like the actor's standpoint or the director. That could be their first movie they're getting to direct, and now it might
Mhm.
not ever be able to be directed. The actor could have got the role of a lifetime, and now it might not ever be out. They might never ever get to read the scripts. It might never get to be able to send to studios. Like
Yeah.
it ruined a lot of people's careers, or it could have ruined a
Mhm.
lot of people, especially up and coming talent that is yet to be able to make a shine in things.
Greg Berlanti has come out and said that this has probably halted Green Lantern altogether on HBO Max.
So
That it,
ironically, speaking of HBO Max, I did Google it to see if they're postponing HBO Max. Like if they're
they are dumb if they do not extend this and make it earlier.
So they're not making it earlier and they're not postponing it. It's still expected to come out on release. Because the promise was the Friends reunion, and unless they've already filmed that, which I don't think they have,
Oh my god!
it's not
If they
coming.
didn't film that Friends reunion thing, that is going to hurt HBO Max so.
I'm still getting it
Why not?
regardless. But
We're going to enjoy it because we like stuff more than just Friends. But so many people are not going to get HBO Max because there's no Friends reunion.
so many people are going to get HBO Max just to have Friends back.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
I mean, they still have all 10 seasons on there. I mean, the reunion, I don't know, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe they can go back and rework it and be like, this
yeah,
is what's going to happen instead.
yeah.
I know you guys don't want to do a time jump, but I think we should probably do a time
Do a
jump,
time jump.
like a mini hour long
Have you guys
episode.
seen the reactions to our little announcement of us doing just a sit around and talk thing? Yeah, we actually need to film like 3 episodes, like 3 hour long episodes. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Like 1 hour of Friends is 3 episodes.
Do it.
So all they need is 1 hour and they can go through a whole arc.
Actually, what I think you can do. What are the best episodes of Friends? What are the ones that we always go to when we
The
watch it together?
finales
No, the holiday episodes.
or the holiday episodes. Oh, they could do a whole. No. I don't. No. No. Do you want to know
What?
why? I'm going to tell you why. Because there's another little TV show called Gilmore Girls who decided this was a very familiar thing as well, and that turned out atrociously. I am not letting anybody else touch the holidays on reboot.
It could work. I mean, could you
It
imagine
no,
seeing a Halloween,
but
Thanksgiving,
also,
Christmas
but
trio
also,
episode?
could you imagine seeing a Thanksgiving episode that sucked horribly, almost as bad as the one where they all met each other, but they didn't actually meet each other because it doesn't actually go along with fandom? Could you imagine that? Because I could.
And I love other Thanksgiving episodes. This is not a bad one except for that.
Well, Zachary, it really does throw a wrench in the plot holes.
It really does.
That whole episode does. There's not one part of that episode that makes a lick of sense.
Man, we went on a tangent.
I know. It's because I took away all of our structure. That's okay. So, before we get to Batman, which we are going to talk about, let's go ahead and move on to Walking Dead. I'll very quickly mention this. One, The
Well,
Walking Dead will end on the 16 episodes. That's 2 more episodes for the finale. A lot of people are like, why isn't it ending already? Because basically this last episode was practically like a small finale type of thing. It was like Game of Thrones is like big battle before like the aftermath, and now they're getting 2 hours of the aftermath, and a lot of people don't want 2 hours of the aftermath.
because what's Walking Dead great at? Filler.
Yeah, so but with that also being said, on April 16th, I want to say it was, they were supposed to release World Beyond, which was already filmed, already in post production. It was only 6 episodes long. Well, that got delayed. Hardcore. Like, they don't even know when it's coming out, kind of delayed. I'm not entirely sure why it got delayed. All the things I've read so far is saying is that I have a feeling it's because they were going to try to jump between one season to another season, like have Walking Dead all year round. And with them not being on a film, Fear the Walking Dead, maybe they want Fear the Walking Dead to come out before it. I'm not entirely sure. But they also did announce that this, with a new poster and things, that it's only going to be 2 seasons. Both seasons have been filmed. They filmed them back to back, but that's it. Then it's done.
Let me ask you something on this whole Walking Dead situation. So we know about The Walking Dead Beyond, we know about Proper Walking Dead, and we know about Fear the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any updates at all to those Rick
Nope.
Grimes things?
Nope.
So are they even going to do it now? Like, is
Yeah.
there any point to it?
Yeah. People are excited for it, but they have other things they have to, like, I mean, they have things that they have to do and stuff. So,
Are you caught up on Walking Dead?
I'm on episode 8 of.
Are you? Everybody's really liking this latter half of the season. Are you liking it so far?
Not there yet. I just watched the mid-season finale the other day.
Well, are you like? Well, did you like part A?
It's okay. I know a lot of things that happen in Part B that I'm really looking forward to. We get a war for like 4 episodes straight, and like that's something I'm really looking forward to. Um,
I heard Jeffrey Dean Morgan is incredible in the latter half.
yeah, I can't tell you why though, because that's spoilers. But
Oh yeah, I know why, but I heard he's awesome. So I'm glad Walking Dead's getting better because it can only go up because the past couple of seasons it couldn't find its fitting.
Season 9, the last season before
Fine,
this
fine.
one,
Before season 9 happened.
was amazing. It was just like fucking amazing. Well, our last story we're going to talk about right now is that Batman's production got postponed, which is duh. Like, of course it did.
Well, no. So I brought this story up because this also reflects of a lot of what's going on in Hollywood. Everything's either being postponed, delayed in mid production. Shang-Chi almost got shut down because they thought the director had the COVID virus. But luckily, everything's cool. He doesn't got it. We're good. We're moving forward. But this one makes me the saddest because if this is unfortunately how it's going to be for Batman, it's not going to probably hit 2021. I don't think so. I don't think it'll hit 2021. I now think that Batman will probably hit 2022.
Here's
Which,
the thing.
which sucks. But now I'm okay with it because if Wonder Woman gets delayed, gets pushed into next year, that means there'll be Wonder Woman and Suicide Squad next year. And that kind of flips it because the last time we had Batman and Suicide Squad in the same year, it wasn't a good year. But now we have Wonder Woman Suicide Squad. It could be a good year, and then leave Batman for 2022.
Well, no, Wonder Woman would still come out this year, and so
So just
Suicide
be
Squad.
Suicide Squad
Yeah,
on its own, which is not a bad thing.
I think because we have no idea how far they were into production and things.
I don't think that far.
Who knows? Who knows, Zachary? Who knows? Who knows? That it has a chance. I'm not holding. I'm not saying it's not going to make any. Make any. Personally, my opinion on this is I want more information. We won't get more information until much later, anyways. Till the later half of this year. If I don't know, it's gonna be really interesting because there is no big movies coming out until June.
Mm-hmm.
Every movie has been moved slash postponed slash whatever slash going to streaming. Until June. Right now, June is
Well,
the cutoff date. What?
we had our first victim for July. Minions.
No, well, possibly.
No, Minions got pushed.
We just
It's
talked
not
about
coming
it.
out. Yeah, it's not. It's not coming out in July.
Hold on. Gonna very quickly Rise of Gru here. Yeah, so it was delayed. You're correct. Let's see. That was 3 days ago. Do you wonder if we're going to get a release date or not? Probably not. See here. Visual effects. No release date for it, but it did get postponed. It was supposed to come out in July, or June,
It was
July,
July.
and it did. Let's see if Deadline has any other things.
So that's why I'm saying right now any month is on the table.
No, I'm not saying not saying that. I'm just saying that as this very moment, the first big release to come out is Wonder Woman in
If
June.
it's safe.
But I think I don't know. I was watching Grace's live stream, one of the live streams the other day, and she made a really good point that even when the movie theaters are back open, how many people are going to be racing to go see a film opening weekend after all this? It's going to take
No
them at
one.
least 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks before they get comfortable enough. And for movies like Black Widow, there's a possibility, yeah, people could go see that right away because there's comfortability in Marvel and things like that. But I don't really know if Wonder Woman has the same finesse to it.
Unfortunately, in Wonder Woman's corner, it has the rest of the DCEU. And unfortunately, where there are some fantastic films in that bunch, there are also a bunch of duds. And so you never know what you're going to get. You could get a Shazam quality film, or no offense to anybody who likes this movie, you could get a Birds of Prey quality film.
Suicide Squad.
Sorry, wrong one. She's in both of them. I get them. Sorry. I meant Suicide Squad.
Birds of Prey is definitely a much better movie than
No,
Suicide.
I agree. I misspoke.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You want
You're
to be
either going
rude.
to
You
get
gotta
a
be rude,
Shazam
right?
quality slash Man of Steel quality, or you're going to get a Suicide Squad slash Aquaman quality.
Did you just say Man of Steel was good?
Man of Steel's not good.
Oh
It's freaking great.
gosh, I think I almost like threw up everywhere. Just
Hey,
with
you
the
said
thought of
anything
the
about
fact.
Aquaman all the time. Aquaman's a glorified CGI rock fest.
Hey, Aquaman's amazing, and you know
No,
what? You can go suck a dick about it if that's what you feel like.
really, are we really going to get into DCE right now on this show?
I mean, if we're trying to release our hour and 26 minutes, we have some time to throw
Fine,
the fuck down.
fine.
No, we're not. We're not
Okay,
gonna.
fine.
We're not.
I was really about to get into it, but we'll stop.
No. No. If I want to kill you, I'll kill you later. It's fine. No problems whatsoever. Fucking ever.
But by the way, guys, the time on our live thing right now is 44 minutes.
Mhm.
That just shows you how much is not going on in the world of movie news, because our shows go on usually for a lot longer than this. What?
You're out of focus. Move over.
Oh,
Thank you.
well,
It's annoying me. So, yeah, because, for instance, Batman's our last story. We have nothing else to talk about. And so we're moving it. We're not sponsored, so don't show things that could get us copyrighted. So the last thing we're going to talk about is what have we been watching slash recommendations. This is a new segment that I wanted to, because we watch things. People are on quarantine; they want recommendations on what
Hmm.
to watch, and so this is where we're going to be recommending things to you guys and that type of thing. Um, or what we have been watching. Would we recommend what we have been watching? I wouldn't recommend everything I've been watching, but we're still going to talk about it.
Hmm.
So that's what this segment is. And do you want to go first, Zachary?
Sure. Bert Kreischer has a new special on Netflix called Hey Big Boy. Really, really, really funny. I've seen it twice now. I love it. I love Bert Kreischer as a comedian. He's very, very funny. He's got that right kind of humor for me, and so I highly recommend Hey Big Boy. Um, I also want to throw this into. This is not also just for something we're watching. We both found a game that's going to help us through this quarantine. For me, I'd highly recommend if you want to go shoot something, get some stress relieving out, go play Doom Eternal. It's fantastic. It's one of the best campaigns so far of the year for me. But back to TV slash movie wise, I am obviously planning on watching Onward in a couple of weeks. Obviously, I mean, I'm going to get a chance to watch. I'm going to take it. Um, and then Castlevania. I started watching season 3, and it does not disappoint, guys. It's so good. If you want a very good, quality made, story driven animated video game show, watch Castlevania. Very, very good. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
Now, that's what you have been watching. What do you recommend? Like things that you have not. It doesn't. You don't have to be watching it right now. It could be an old thing that you might recommend that you haven't been able to talk about for a while, or something like that. This is the perfect time to show
It is, and
people.
that's why I'm grabbing this guy. This is not from his era, but this is a definite one. On Netflix, I pledged to this show. It was the first real Netflix binge I ever had besides Stranger Things. Go watch Voltron Legendary Defender on Netflix. It's 8 seasons, really easy to get through. You're gripped by the story, amazing characters, and it is the most adult oriented kids show I've ever seen. It deals with very mature themes. It deals with things that I don't think kids are kind of ready yet for, but it does in such a way that's very, very impromptu. It deals with family. It deals with friendship. It deals with trust. The action is beautifully animated. DreamWorks animation is at its peak when it comes to Netflix. If you've never seen Voltron Legendary Defender, it's one of the best. It's one of the best cartoons ever made. I highly recommend giving that a whirl. That's my recommendation for quarantine. It's 8 seasons. You can get your kids together. If you're a fan of the old Voltron stuff, I think you'll be really cool to get your kids into Voltron with this. It deals with all the lore. There's a great ending battle with this show. Highly recommend Voltron. Voltron all the way.
That's very good. I think that's a very average Zachary recommendation for sure. Um,
Like it or not, man, it's a great show.
so I have been watching some movies, and like yesterday, I binge watched 3 movies. I've also been watching some TV shows and things like that. Some A movie that I would recommend that you can officially rent for $20. Out of the movies that are out right now that you can rent for $20, my personal opinions are The Invisible Man. I gave The Invisible Man 4 out of 5 stars. It's a great film. Some people hate it. I mean, now that they can see it and things, some people have not liked it. So be prepared to maybe be disappointed. But also the controversial The Hunt. That's I can't wait to watch that this week. Um, that's the first one I'm going to be renting out of this whole cinema thing. So I highly recommend The Hunt as well. Both those movies are rated R. They are for adults, and things like that. But I do recommend. Also, if you want some nostalgia, I watched Hannah Montana the movie yesterday, and it still holds up. It still was amazing. It still made me very happy inside. And my little sister watched it with me, and she had so many beautiful questions and the moments and the shock and things. Also, real fun fact: if anybody wants to feel old, stay tuned just for a second. Um, do you remember growing up in a time where Hannah Montana toured and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's Hannah Montana"? Well, my little sister's 6. She never was around then. And so she had no idea who Hannah Montana was. She had no idea Miley Stewart was playing 2 characters. and all this other stuff. It was a really weird experience, just to say the least. So
That's funny.
it made me feel extremely old and also hurt my soul like a lot. But that's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I said it didn't matter. Stop it. So other TV shows on the other end, I would recommend Elite. It's a Spanish drama on Netflix.
You
Very,
can't
very
stop
good.
talking about this show.
Nope. It's kind of in the middle of watching it. Season 3 just came out. Very, very good. Very intoxicating. Very gossip girly. Very early CW, just with a lot more nudity. The Bold Type, which is on Freeform. That's a very feminist-esque TV show, but it's especially like right now is like the perfect time. It's like the good place. These are the perfect time to watch these TV shows that you never thought you would get around to watching, but you've heard amazing things about. And then what's the other one? Harley Quinn, which you can watch with me. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Well,
See what I did there? Yeah, you can watch that with me. And then of course I always recommend Shameless because, but maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. Because then you'll see how well Shameless is actually living. Like they have it pretty well right now. They have toilet paper. I mean, can't say that about everybody. Fucking hoarders. Well, that's
we're under,
everything.
we're under the hour 26-minute mark.
We're under the hour mark. I don't remember a podcast where we were under the hour mark. But either way, we are here. We are living. We are vibing.
So, I wanted to give you guys some updates on what's going on around us. As of Monday, tomorrow night, 11:59, my state will be officially on the shut-in order. So, expect some content officially start coming from my channel because I have the time now to do it. However, due to recent circumstances, there will be not a lot of new stuff popping up on my channel. The most you'll probably see new wise from me is I'm finally going to get around to start reviewing this hunk of plastic, and I'm going to start my Eternal stream, which I'm calling that, by the way. It's just going to be called the Eternal Quarantine stream for Doom. And we're going to start doing that hopefully on Tuesday. So that's the plan.
Nice.
Plug.
Oh, I'm only plugging you guys, Weekend Movie Bros, just because I do have an idea of what's going to be coming and stuff.
Because we'll have time.
There, like I said, there's a good possibility that we could have a watch along, like a commentary watch along, where simply we would be watching the movie at home with headphones, but we would be like this, just like this, and we would watch the whole movie and things, and it would be uploaded that way. That would be a live stream, by the way, for anybody who is curious. That would actually be live, where you guys can watch it with us. That's the whole point of like a live commentary. We do talk through the whole film. For anybody who's going to get mad about why are you showing us the movie, you have to own it or you have to rent it, depending on what it is.
Or you have to have Disney Plus. It's one of the three.
We're not watching Onward. I don't want to blubber cry in front of everybody.
What's bad?
I don't want to watch it and blubber cry. Okay, not my opinion. No, stop it. But for this TV show, like for this channel in particular, what you guys can expect from me at least, because I don't see any trailers coming out anytime soon, is Harley Quinn. I also was curious, how soon is it to upload multiple episodes of Harley Quinn at once? Let me know in the comments. Are you guys looking for like every 2 days, every 3 days? It's too many. 5 days? Like,
this actually is a good time for our channel to do kind of a backlog review list. Like we we each pick like 2 or 3 movies we want to review from like say either last year or the year before, like kind of recent, just to go over and talk about. Like if there's one that you and I both want to talk about or individually, I think that'd be a good idea.
I think that's a good idea. I think I feel like picking a few movies, rewatching them, and then reviewing them afterwards and see if your opinion changed. Like doing a side-by-side review of this is what I think of the movie right now, and then watching it again and seeing if your opinion changed from that side-by-side review. I think that would be really fun. These things are what's going to be popping up on this channel because we have time.
And why? Because there's nothing else happening.
Yeah, as you guys can tell. Well, guys, we are gonna do our. Oh, I guess we have an outro. If you want one.
Before we do the outro, I just want to let everybody know, please be safe, wash your hands, do your social distancing 6 feet apart from each other, or in our cases, a state apart. You know, be mindful. What your governors are doing right now for your state is not because they want to be mean and keep you inside your house. It's for the safety and for everybody's well-being. Please listen to them. If you do not need to go out, it is not in your good mind to go out unless you absolutely have to, because we all want this to be done and over with. I know as us as movie fans, we want this to be done and over with so we can get back to our regular routine scheduling, seeing of films in theaters. And so, please, yeah, especially for him, please, please, please. I'm not asking you as a movie fan. I'm asking you as a person. Please listen to what they say. They're not doing it to be mean. They're doing it for your safety. That's all.
I had nothing to add to that. Just stick to your regulations. Um, most anything can be delivered to your house. There really
Yeah.
is no really reason for you to leave. Most things that would require you to leave are closing anyways. So
Mhm.
like now I have to mention though, because I do believe going for a walk is not bad. If
No, it's
you
not.
need to go for a walk, make sure you go with somebody, you
Mhm.
know, bring a person, because I think that's very important is, I hate to say women in particular, but that's tends to be where the most, horrible things happen to on walks is to women. The world didn't end. The badness of the world never stopped,
No.
which means things like horrible other things that you cannot even think about happening to you could still happen to you, even with a airborne virus going around. It would not matter, and so be very cautious if you
And
go
the,
for a walk, especially if your neighborhood's not the best.
and especially right now, I mean, people are quarantining in their houses. That means that the kooky and the downright evil people are going to be on the streets now because there's not going to be anyone to tell them not to be on the street unless they get told by police. So, like he's saying, if you walk to work and you're there till 9 o'clock at night, like in my case, be careful going home. Make sure to look everywhere you're going. And also, I know certain states are doing this. Make sure to have your permit papers on you just in case the police officer stops you. It's happening in some states where you have to have a permit on you in order to exit and or enter a place of where you're going to. They need to know where you're going. It's getting to that point, which I think is a
Well,
little excessive.
yeah, a little. But just keep it in mind and stuff. Like I go running at 2 o'clock in the morning, type of thing, and like you gotta keep an eye out. People are crazy, especially right now. People who are stir crazy are more
Yeah,
crazier than people who are actually crazy.
just because the world's on shutdown doesn't mean that people are on shutdown. They're still going to go
Yeah.
act the way
And I
they.
think a lot of people just assume because there's this huge pandemic going on, that everything else is just like out the window, and that's just not how it works, like
This
at
is
all.
where this is honestly where it gets more scarier. Is when the world shuts down, and this is when people are unfortunately more on the rise to come out and do some really stupid shit. So just be careful.
Yeah. Hey Zachary, do you want to go ahead and do the outro for us? I'm gonna go ahead and
As
do
always,
that. So go ahead and
as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the comment button. Make sure to like and rate us on the podcast and stuff. And yeah, we'll be back as always every weekend with a new video discussing more about postponements, delays, and everything else. Obviously, the big thing right now is to keep us in mind, like what's going on with you. How's your town doing? How are you doing with all these situations? And like we emphasized, I'm going to emphasize it again. Make sure that you are staying safe. And social distancing is a huge thing with this whole thing. Make sure to keep yourself in distance from people. Regulations are important right now. Make sure to stay within those regulations. Don't try to overdo it, and we'll get through it. I mean, we've been through worse as a society and as a state, so and as a country. So we'll get through it. We just gotta work together and do what we need to do. But yeah, make sure to do all those things I told you about at the beginning, and we will see you guys on Friday or Saturday. next
Yeah,
week.
whenever we see you guys again, also keep lookout on the channel will be where the announcement happens if we do like a live watch along type of thing.
Also, if anything big breaks in the world of the movies, you better be sure we'll be there as soon as it happens. Like for some odd reason, if Warner Bros. Says go completely off the window and go Wonder Woman 1984 on streaming, we will be there when it drops because that's not worth waiting until the podcast. We have to talk about that when it happens. So a lot
Maybe it
right
was,
now
but
we are in open inventory where anything can happen. Anything.
well,
It's
we
scary.
I don't know if you wanted to break an hour. Was that your
We
plan?
did.
So, yay for us. All right, well, we're gonna do our little dancing, and we'll see you guys soon.